Greetings, generous, resourceful, stubborn Taurus. My name is Eliane Nicole. I'm an astrologer and tarot card reader, and now I'm going to do the July 2020 overview for Taurus. I'm going to do a tarot reading, and then I'm going to look at the planets. I definitely recommend you stick around for the second half of the video so that you can see what's happening in the sky. It's very fascinating right now. And as we enter the month of July, Taurus, actually I'm going to flip over these cards and then I'm going to describe it in more detail. I recommend you watch the videos for your sun, moon, and rising sign, and please keep in mind I'm doing a broad overview, cliff notes. I could get so much more specific, but this is just to give you a taste and overview of the month, and actually one-on-one readings is how you get the most out of the cards and out of the planets and the stars by working with a tarot reader and astrologer. But as we enter the month of July, Taurus, we see the Six of Cups reversed. And so it could be that you are missing an old friend or a romantic partner. It could be that you are not seeing eye to eye with an old friend or romantic partner, or just maybe, you know, somebody's feelings are hurt in an intimate relationship, something like that. And we are seeing a man, again, his feelings seem hurt, or else he's emotionally drained. It could be that he is not in love in some cases. It could mean that he's creatively blocked in some cases. It depends on the situation, but the King of Cups reversed can be anywhere in that scale. And you are crossed by the Ten of Swords, which is an ending, a completion of some kind. And, you know, it's important to note that this is the crossed position, so it's the only card in the layout that isn't upright or reversed. It is, you know, horizontal, which the Kabbalists refer to this position as your tikkun. It's your karmic correction in this cycle. So in July, I think your karmic correction, Taurus, is around, you know, mental obsession might be that. It also might be something that you just need to complete and move on from as well. The basis is the Five of Cups reversed. So it looks like there was a disappointment that happened perhaps last month or in the past couple of months, and rather than focusing on that, now in July, Taurus, you want to turn around and look at what cups are still full and to be grateful for what that is in your life. What's leaving is the Four of Pentacles reversed. This could be a gamble or a risk that was taken. It could be doubt or uncertainty that's leaving. It could be a big expenditure that you made recently. What will come into being is the Lovers. So it looks like around mid-month is very romantic. You're in love. You're with your partner and you guys are feeling great together. For those who aren't in a relationship, it could be that you meet someone new. For those who are in a relationship, it's like you're just on the one with your love. And what will come into being, the Three of Cups reversed. So this looks like, you know, the Three of Cups is about socializing with friends, but when it's reversed, there might be a twist, which is not abnormal for the period that we're in. It may be that you are going to have a virtual hang with your friends. Sometimes when the Three of Cups is reversed, it can indicate that there's a friend who is maybe, you know, being too indulgent somehow in food or drinking or something like that. Others see you as the Four of Wands. So it looks like there's an event or a celebration that's happening around you, for you. Actually, I'm sorry, this is the position of fears and insecurities. And so it looks like you may be having some fear or insecurity around an event. It might be something that was supposed to happen that can happen. It might be something that's happening, but you're trying to be super cautious about it. It might, I don't really know how that's manifesting specifically. That's the kind of thing I could find out in a one-on-one reading, but I'm just reporting the general overview. Others see you as the Seven of Cups reversed. So this is like, you can't quite get the future into focus. It's looking a little cloudy or hazy for you. Which way do you want to go? Which path do you want to take? Which option are you choosing? It's still very cloudy. Positive feelings towards the end of the month. You have very positive feelings about work and finances, Taurus. And for those of you who don't work, this could be just something that you are working on around your home, in yourself, but it's positive. And then the outcome is strength. You were looking very strong by the end of July, Taurus. So that's the tarot overview for Taurus for July. And now I'm going to talk a little bit about the planets. As we enter the month of July, Mars has just entered Aries, creating a lot of drive and a burst of energy in the collective. We've just experienced our second Jupiter-Pluto conjunction of the year, which if you watched my last videos, I talked about how on the collective level that was related to a rise in the virus, but on the more individual level, that's manifesting for Taurus in the 9th house, that Jupiter-Pluto conjunction. In the 9th house, that's the house of higher education. It's the house of religion or spirituality, travel, exploration. It's higher truth. It can have to do with cross-cultural experiences, dealing with foreign people or foreigners or some kind of international stuff. Broadcasting, publishing, all of these things are 9th house issues. Again, with astrology, there's always a scale, and the astrologer can present the scale of the meaning, and then you, through the interaction, we figure out where you fall on the scale, and that's why one-on-one readings with an astrologer are really good. But again, I'm sticking to the broad overview here. And so I'll move on from that. July 4th, July 1st, Saturn is going retrograde in Capricorn. So for Taurus, that's moving from your 10th house into your 9th house. Again, this is creating structures, boundaries, rules, facing reality perhaps in those 9th house areas that I just talked about, which range anywhere from spirituality and religion to broadcasting and publishing to cross-cultural experiences to higher education to higher truth to travel and exploration. And then July 4th is the full moon lunar eclipse at 13 degrees Cancer. This is also, 13 degrees Capricorn. This is also happening in that 9th house, which I won't repeat all those themes since I've just said them 2 times in a row. So that's a very powerful house for Taurus in July. And full moons are, full moons highlight issues, and then the eclipses sometimes bring up the shadow in a way that can be shocking. It brings up the shadow in ourselves or in others, but it brings it up so that it can be, dealt with, and then we can move forward into a higher place. And so, these are the things that are, this is the final lunar eclipse of an eclipse season that we've been in for the past few weeks this summer. So July 4th is a really powerful energy point. And this is the night of July 4th on the West Coast where I'm reading. It'll be the wee hours of the morning on the East Coast. And then if you're in Europe or anywhere else, you can do the math. But July 6th, Ceres is going retrograde in Pisces. And that is happening in the 11th house for Taurus. And so that could bring up questions for you around friendships. How are you nurturing your friendships? How are you being nurtured, allowing yourself to be nurtured by your friendships? July 12th, Mercury is finally going direct. So Mercury has been retrograde since June 17th in the sign of Cancer. And, you know, Mercury retrograde is communication issues. Cancer is very sensitive. Cancer is very emotional. So there's been a lot of emotional communication during this Mercury retrograde period. As Mercury goes direct, you know, some of those communication issues that may have come up during the retrograde period will start to resolve themselves, but it may not happen overnight. It could take until we're out of the retro shade, which is around the 26th, 27th of July. July 16th, there is a aspect between Saturn and the North Node that's very powerful, and that will be hitting the 10th house, or rather the 9th house and the, the 8th house. I'm going to go on beyond that because it's confusing me right now. July 20th is the new moon in Cancer, and it's the black moon in Cancer. And this is happening in the 3rd house, and it's the black moon because it's the second new moon of the season. The 3rd house is the house of communication, and so this is a time to make new starts around communication, around learning. It can be around the siblings, also in the 3rd house, or neighbors. July 22nd, the sun moves into Leo. And July 27th, Jupiter forms a sextile with Neptune, which is happening. That's a very spiritual aspect involving your 9th house and your 11th house. So again, this is a great time to get a reading. I am not going into all of the details here. I'm having a little Mercury retrograde in Cancer, tongue-tying happening, so thank you for bearing with me because I was like all the way through the video when I got tongue-tied about, and I don't want to start over. Anyway, yes, thank you for joining me, Taurus. If you liked this video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give me a thumbs down. Please follow me on Instagram at astrology.tarot.Eliane Nicole. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Please share this video with other Tauruses, and yeah, please contact me for a direct reading. And I look forward to reading for you soon, and enjoy your July, Taurus.